Welcome everybody to the Smite NA play-ins week 3 commencing. I am Hindu Man. Alongside me today is Intel's next top live streamer, DM Brandon.
Hey, thanks.
How you doing, buddy?
Averagely as an adverb.
You mean like, is it because of the chins? Is that why you average?
No, let's just, can we not talk
I had
about,
to. I had to. I had to bring it up.
it doesn't hurt anyone except for, like, Kali.
I know. And
No one even plays her.
I know, and it's a good feeling, you know. It's a good feeling because now when you play in those little casual games that you like to play, no one's gonna
I
have
don't
to
play
banner
Kali
anymore.
anymore. I played Hercules all last night.
That's true. That's true. I have seen it. But guys, welcome. We're on North America this week. This is the final week of the play-ins, and 2 of the teams out of the 4 we're going to be watching today will advance into the Pro League.
Right.
And the teams involved: Fat Chunks Assemble, 5 Angry Men, Late Bloomers, and Torch. Fat Chunks in a good position right now. DM, do you reckon they're going to just clean house first game and win it?
Yeah, if Fat Chunks go through Torch today, that's it for them, right?
I'm pretty sure it's almost certain they will go through, unless something really crazy happens. Then I think even if they go 4, I think they can still get caught in a certain situation. But I think it's very, very hard for that to happen.
Bloomers not in a great spot today. They come in at 3rd place. They need to win everything across the board to even
That's right.
have contention. And their first game of the day is going to be going up against 5 a.m. So they're going to have an early ticket either into this thing or out of this thing.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, the first game we're going to start with today, guys, is going to be Fat Chunks Assemble versus Torch. Now, Fat Chunks, as we said, are 3-0 in the group right now.
Right.
So 1 game, and they should realistically be going through unless something absolutely amazing happens. I mean, this is Smite after all, DM, so anything could. However, Torch, on the other hand, are 0-3 right now and have to win every game and just hope games fall in their favor for the rest of the tournament if they can win all 3.
So I've been doing a little bit of research on the teams. I've been following them week to week, trying to see if they're scrimming, and I haven't noticed a lot of playtime coming out from the late bloomers. It just seems like they're maybe falling victim to the auras that 5 Angry Men and Fat Chunks Assemble have put out. Now, FCA comes in, like you said, 3-0. 5 Angry Men come in 2-1. Late bloomers on the bottom right now at 1-2, and then Torch 0-3. So late bloomers have, I think, a real shot at contention if they play their absolute hearts out today. If they get 2 really strong games against Fat Chunks Assemble and 5 Angry Men, they might still have a chance.
I mean, the problem with that, though, DM, is the fact that they've got those games back-to-back following this game. So, they've got to play 5 a.m. and then Chunks, if Chunks beat Torch and then go off to, and then next game for Chunks are going to face Bloom. And if Late Bloomers can actually, Late Bloomers are going to come out and want to fight, but Chunks won that last game just to secure full, on 100% certainty, they're going into the Pro League.
So we should be getting into the first game in just a minute. We are spectated up on Aurora, who has always been one of my personal favorite players. I mean, this is the guy that brought Fenrir support into the meta and really started showing people what assassins could do in that duo lane.
Yeah, I mean, the Chunks on paper right now just seem so strong coming into the Pro League as well. I think this is why they're the favourites really to go on from here. Not just because of the fact they're 3-0 in the play-ins already, just their team composition and the things that they actually pull out each week is just so crazy and so random to an extent that it actually works because it throws teams off.
So, Hindu Man, let's talk a little bit about predictions here. Let's go throughout the entire day here. I don't expect that Fat Chunks are going to fall out by any means. I don't even think that's mathematically possible.
It is mathematically possible if we're going to be absolutely 100% certain about, but
I guess they would have to lose all 3.
They have to lose all 3.
Have to win all 3, and then they would have to lose the tiebreaker.
They'd have to lose all 3, and basically to get 3-3-3-3-3, everyone wins 3, loses 3. It's a possibility. It's very, very unlikely that that's going to happen. I expect Chunks will advance. With the position they're in right now, it's unlikely that they're going to go out. However, looking further down the bracket, DM, I mean, 5 a.m. versus Late Bloomers, those 2 are the ones that are contending for that second spot. And right now, I mean, 5 a.m. are in a good spot for this because they get that big game against Late Bloomers out as the second game of the day. So if they can actually do well in that second game of the day and win that game, then they're pretty much solid for the second place.
Yeah, but Late Bloomers, I mean, like I said, maybe they're a little bit nervous going into this. Didn't see a lot of scrim time going on throughout the week. Maybe I missed something, but it looks like 5 Angry Men want this just a little bit more. They fell just barely out of land contention in the qualifiers, taking 5th place by 1 game. And then the team that they fell to, Cog Red, went on to win the LAN event. Do you think that made it better, or do you think that made it worse?
You know, with the fact, I think with all the roster changes that happened with 5 a.m., I don't think they actually needed to do any roster changes whatsoever. I think the team they had was fantastic. They were a really good team together. They played exceptionally well. And like you said, when Cog Red won, That should have made Five Angry Men realize their team was good enough to win themselves if they would have taken that spot away from Cog Red.
Definitely agree 100%. I think there's too many knee jerk thrown out, these crazy roster changes that people have been going through, trying to find weak links where, maybe your team just needs better chemistry. Maybe you need more playtime, and maybe you need to be a team for longer than a week and a half. I mean, some of these players think they're going to put a team together. It's going to be a bunch of miracle ranked players, and they're going to start winning LAN events. Like, you have to put the work in. There's a reason that we have seen all of these teams on top for, pretty much the inception of Smite. They've been playing together forever. You have to give it time to grow.
Well, Fat Chunks at the start of this game going to have the first pick in this one, DM. And a ban that I'm expecting to see a lot more after the Chins nerfs coming out. Zhong Kui being taken off the table immediately.
Yeah, this is a good ban. I mean, he does so much damage, has so much space control. And if Osiris is to get through, you want to be the team to pick him. And you're going to see the reactionary ban come out immediately, and there he goes.
It's going to be one of the last weekends we see Osiris banned, I think, after the changes that are going to happen to his attack speed. That doesn't hurt him too much. It's just more the Chins is such a staple part of his diet in terms of itemization build that I expect we won't be seeing many bans towards him.
So looking at Chunks here, you're going to see a missing Soul Shiner. He has, I think, been taken out here. He was originally the jungler, which I assume is DJ Pernicus now, and then Heroin has been picked up, I assume, for the mid lane where Soul Shiner was going to transfer. So, I don't know.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Fat Chunks put together with this. I mean, yeah, like you said, DJ Pernicus, known as a jungler overall, Cyclone Spin is more than likely going to be the solo lane. Horrywind plays a ridiculous Ale Kwang as well. And I've been saying this time and time again in these games, but why not ban out Ale Kwang's Horrywind? Because that's the only god he's actually played in these tournaments. I expect to probably see him being picked here again. But right now, Giannis is available. However, with Horrywind on the table, do they go for something like that?
Well, they just picked Ra. I don't know that Heroin has a maybe super potent Janus. And then we have the Ra. I mean, I love the Ra pick. It's great in mid. It's great in solo. Has good amount of sustain. Doesn't really lose matchups. Not easily ganked. I mean, he is a super strong early pick.
Yeah, I think Raj is such a safe all-rounder in terms of the fact that he doesn't really lose lane. He goes into the game plan of just not losing lane. Now, we're going to see Torch Gaming. They're going to take away Ale Kwang here. And we were just discussing the fact that Horrywind's Ale Kwang is fantastic, and that's all we've really seen play. And Torch Gaming seem to have come in with a game plan here, DM.
Maybe they're just listening to the stream.
Maybe they are. I'm going to give them more credit than that.
I'm looking at the Torch lineup here, and I see Me Club and Pullium, but Headshot, Half-Eaten Zombie, and Vulture are all new additions to this roster, replacing the likes of players like Gusta, who in the original roster was my top pick for maybe the MVP player of the team, but that's going to be taken away. I like the Geb pick. Geb's super strong against any of the assassins that you could put in the lane. Beats Athena outright. Really smart. Oh, we're going to see Serket.
Wow, this is a no jokes Fat Chunks assemble this week, DM. There's no sort of weird, strange, unusual compositions come together like we've seen out of them the week before. This is like we're coming in, we're gonna win immediately and get off and get ourselves into the Pro League. That's what it looks like right now.
I like this Serket pick. I don't think a lot of people are really spending enough time with this character. She does a lot of damage. She just, like almost every other assassin, has a weak early game.
Yep.
Once late game starts, I mean, she has so much damage potential and disruption that she can really, really mess up a team fight. I mean, she has basically a charm that can hit 2 separate targets if you're quick enough. She has a 1-second stun that's off the duration of diminishing returns. On top of true damage, the ability to crit 3 times with one ability, and enough escapes to really put herself in a bad situation and still get out.
I agree. I think Serket is very, very strong right now, but she's one of these mechanical gods that you have to require a lot of input into her, understand the mechanics of the play, and also be able to get the best out of her overall to make her really, really viable and strong. And the best players will do that over time. And with DJ Pernicus picking that one up, it shows that he must have spent some time with this and have a game plan going into it, because I really like the pickup.
This, to me, right here, I don't know what's going on or why they're not automatically locking Aphrodite, considering there's no room for Chang'e on the chunks. I mean, this is an easy pickup to me. They don't need the Nemesis here. The jungler in Serket has already picked. If they decide to give Serket to Samshrew and throw him into the duo lane, they're going to just have too little damage in the duo. They won't be able to pressure. Aphrodite is the clear pick for Torch right now.
Aphrodite would be a good pick, especially with not being banned away, even counter banned as well. But on top of that, they're also leaving Thor on the table being hovered by Fat Chunks here as well. Is that going to be a support Thor we see? It looks like it.
Possible. I mean, I don't know if I would personally want to give Thor the support role, considering I mean, they would have to pick an ADC here, unless, like I said, they might put Serket
Oh.
in that spot.
Is this support Raw again? We saw them do this the other week. They ran support
Oh,
Raw on a Raw. And maybe
well,
that's what they go for. Or they go for a kill lane. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they choose here.
it looks
The,
like it's going to be support Thor. I mean, I wouldn't put him into solo or mid over Ra. That just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, you can't realistically put Serket in a solo lane. I don't think she'd be very good at farming. She's not safe enough, especially against the likes of Kwang in like mid. But they've still got a counter pick for there. It's got to be a support Thor here. That's what I'm feeling right now. It might
Yeah.
be something absolutely unusual, but it's possible.
Well, I mean, this is something Aurora has been doing literally for years. Just picking up, an assassin, throwing himself into the duo, and just playing that support role super hard. So Aphrodite somehow makes it through both picks and bans, not getting picked up by either team, despite neither team having a real push against her. In fact, if this was an Aphrodite instead of a Chalk, they would have Geb's shield, they would have Undying Love. That would be impossible to kill, on top of Nemesis shield and then Apollo and Alquang damage. So it's strange to me to see them go Chalk. They're looking for disruption here. They're not going to have a lot of kill potential. If Janus doesn't immediately focus down Chalk, they're not going to really have a way to kill him either.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I can see on paper right now, DM, is Torch. The Nemesis pick from Torch Gaming, there's no real prime target that he's going to want to go on, you know?
Right.
Like, generally, you pick a Nemesis to bring down a high HP or a high protection god
Right.
overall. And when you look at
Like a Chalk or a Geb.
Like a Chuck or a Geb, exactly. But on this side of Fat Chunks right now, they're all very squishy targets, so I don't think you're going to get the most out of Nemesis that you would normally expect to see. Although, reducing his movement speed will help out against some of them. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though. That's going to be the interesting pick of the game for me, is that Nemesis one. Will it pay off?
I don't know. I still think it should have been Hunbots, Aphrodite. Those were the two picks in my mind. It seems to me that aside from the Geb and the Apollo, Torch really got the shorter end of the draft here.
Well, guys, that is the draft for game one. Fat Chunks are 3-0 in this group. Torch is 0-3. Whoever comes out on top of this one is going to be looking good going into the next couple of games as we round out. We'll be right back as soon as both teams have loaded in. Welcome back, everybody, to the North American Week 3 play-ins. This is Fat Chunks versus Torch Gaming. Into the game we go. And one thing to talk about, DM, right now is the fact that we didn't even mention Cupid got picked in this game.
Well, I'm really not too surprised given the fact that it's Sam Shrew. I mean, this guy used to play like Kali ADC and all this other weird stuff. I mean, he's just a weird dude. I mean, he always picks these awkward picks, trying to catch people off guard. And usually when you see people do a lot of awkward picks, it's because there's a lack of mechanics. But that definitely is not the case with Sam Shrew. In fact, the one time Pentablink had, probably their strongest showing was against 5 Angry Men. And really, it was all, straight down. Or actually, no, it was on the DJ Pernicus's even older team, and that was hot on the back of Sam Shrew's Kali ADC getting a pretty sick 2v1.
Now, one thing to note as well is last week, Fat Chunks Assemble came out strong, looked for the early invades every single game, and caused a lot of issues for these teams, including Torch Gaming. And once again, it looks like they came out the gate looking to do exactly the same thing. But this time, Torch Gaming, a bit more aware of it, got a very early ward down on this right-hand side, and can see Serket and Giannis hovering around looking for a potential pick or an invade at this speed.
Well, Aurora is an amazing player, on top of the fact that he has picked up Heavy Hammer. 1,100 gold's going to get you 200 health, 18 power, and a slow on your basic attacks. Now, whosever idea that was, like, it's just not a good idea.
Well, they didn't get spotted on this rotation
this is
left.
good.
Are they going to go aggressive? Well, the Heavy Hammer, like you said, the slow's going to get applied. There's a spin to win, and that hot bomb. Goodbye, Sweet Prince on Ale Kwang. He's going to drop down. First blood over to Sam Shrew right at the start of this game.
They got the camps too.
Wow, that's even bigger.
And the whole time, they didn't use Hand of the Gods. Aurora now is going to get a free buff. So you look at the points here. DJ Pernicus is level 2, Cyclone's level 2, Herwin's level 2, and now both of these guys are going to hit level 2 off this. 3 guys on Torch still level 1. Chunks came out of the gate super hard. Heavy Hammer start is too strong. Teleport in, Pulliam's going down.
He's going to go down to hard bomb, connects to finish him off, and that's going to be quick 2-0. And a lot of that comes down to those mid camps because Apollo didn't hit level 2. Geb had to use his hog. Right inside though, DJ Pedicus is in a bit of trouble here. Going to use the Cobra's Kiss to just deny a bit of damage thanks to that charm coming out from him overall. We're going to be able to sustain for now, but Fat Chunk's looking good already. That Heavy Hammer paying off.
Cyclone Spin, walking up and throwing out that unstable vortex, just a shotgun the front part of the wave and not the back. Maybe not the best push there. That's going to allow those extra, I guess, a little bit of healing coming out from the potions to give Zombie and Headshot a much better opportunity to keep pushing this lane, considering DJ Pernicus is already leaving. Cyclone Spin's not at full health, and I mean, they could burst him down.
Yeah, they can burst him down. Yeah, Cyclone Spear's going to play very passively in this lane. I mean, Nemesis and Chuck together got a lot of burst potential, and Cyclone's got to make sure he lands those vortexes to wave clear, otherwise he's going to lose a lot of gold to that tower overall, honestly. Checking in on the duo side, though, you did see that Aurora on that Thor did try and have a little look at going towards the red buff earlier on. I expect they might still go for that sooner rather than later, but now that Nemesis has rotated, will we see an invasion?
It's possible. I mean, I'm more looking at DJ Pernicus here and what he's going to choose to do. He's walking up the mid lane right now, which says to me that he's either going to help push and go for red. But I think they're going to get greedy here. I mean, they have the opportunity. There's a lot of level 4s going on. Right now, we just saw level 4 come out from Alquang, which means Herwind has a much better push here. I mean, the Out, gave up first blood, didn't get the mid camps. It looks like they're going to stay safe here and just utilize that Bumbas on the bottom side. But still, Chunks still have a massive lead. They're already 1,100 gold up.
Yeah, duo lane's doing a really good job of actually zoning and trying to deny farm and experience as much as possible there, DM as well. Like they're not just pushing the wave in consistently, they've just been going aggressive. Every time they come out of base, Aurora's gone aggressive and tried to zone out and deny, but they're trying to pull him out a little bit here now. Guess they're looking for a bit of engage once more.
Damsher's 5.
He is 5, he's going to look for the damage, but forcing him back once again.
He just continues farming. That's all he did. He just walked at him. Apollo's like, nope. I'm out of here.
Not interested. Well, Suket is level 5 now, about 20 seconds into the mid-camp spawn overall, and DJ Pernicus now rotating around, looking for an opportunity. Is he going to find Elkwang in mid, who's only level 4 right now? This could be a big pick. The Cobra's Kiss connects and does the snipe, and that's going to bring him down 2 for a quick third kill for Fat Chunks with the mid-camp spawn.
Didn't even need the true damage. He just takes off the 2 poisons for a quick 10%, smacks him perfect Herwind with the beautiful Searing Pain. I mean, that Cobra's Kiss, people really underestimate how powerful that move is.
Yeah, I mean, they really do. And one thing to note, Herwind is fantastic at these skill shots when it's just down to massive damage, like Saving Pain and the Aoquang Tempest Serpent as well. He does really well. Look at Samshu left-hand side, though. 2v1ing right now, quite happily, and he's actually going to force Geb back. Both mid comes down. Thor's going up, though. Aurora's looking for a dunk. Heart Bomb's connected. Can he find it? Not going to find it. Will the wall be enough? Double tap goes in. Circuit over the top, though. Makes him pay, but meanwhile, Apollo does bring one down.
The Spirit Gun gets sent across the way anyway to make sure the rotation was strong. Now we're going to have half-eaten zombies looking for the slice and dice. Gets the slow on DJ. Me clubs up into the air. Chases, but perfect dodge. Circuit too slippery, and there's no way they're catching him. Somehow, Torch escapes only with 1 kill there overall, and that's going to be Samshrew's Cupid, who overextended. They should have found 2, but DJ too slippery.
I love what Me Club did there, though, overall, DM. I mean, he just basically went in, he realized they were going aggressive on Geb and ignored and just continued applying damage. Samshrew overstayed his welcome, paid the price for it overall, so they've got signs of life coming out of Torch Gaming now, but Fat Chunks in full control.
Well, they're at least not losing too much of their jungle. I haven't seen much of a counter invade
at
all. I mean, really, the Chunks, aside from the left mid camp the first time, have not done a lot to, I guess, strip away. Top side, we're going to see buffs start to respawn on the right. Both speed and blue are available, and yet Aurora and DJ Pernicus are still kind of tied to the left side.
Well, Circuit's actually going to continue up the left-hand side. I guess they're looking for an invade on this blue buff. Geb's already started it, though, on this side. Will he be able to get them in time and cause an issue, or will he look to fight overall? Cobra's Kiss going to connect, force him to attack the Apollo. There's the ultimate used as well, pulling him back. Good Cataclysm coming out from Geb, though, trying to deny it, but they're still going aggressive.
I think they're going to be able to get that one. He'll go down real quick. Geb's going to force into another respawn, and that's going to allow them a little bit more pressure into the jungle. Like we said, there's not been a lot of counter jungle opportunity. Right side, it looks like Zombie does manage to pick up the speed buff.
What's Aurora doing?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think he's just trying to proxy the wave.
He needs to be careful, because
yeah,
this is a bad mistake.
Well, I mean,
Spirit Gun does connect through the backside, though, onto Elkwang. What a nice ult, but he has to force his ultimate out, and I don't know what he was trying to do there.
I really thought for a second that Aurora was going to dive that tier 2 with that
Me
ultimate.
too.
He really looked like he was going to do it.
It was really crazy to see. Left-hand side, Samshu going aggressive on Apollo once again. Heart Bomb's connected, forcing him back. Very low HP. And so Samshu going to try and zone him out from this full wave of experience and gold. Once again, Apollo starting to struggle now. Level 6 to the level 8, soon to be 9 after that minion wave I expect for Samshu.
Right side mid camp's going to be spawning in just a few seconds. We're inside about 20. Left side just ticked in as well, as we're seeing Samshrew just kind of tanking tower shots and pushing himself into a pretty awkward spot. Now the dev gloves have been finished. They're getting stacked up there. Heart bomb's going to be used.
Apollo's up.
But Apollo's coming in. I don't think Samshrew recognizes.
Well, they're trying to make a big play on him. He's dropped the hearts down. He already used his dash away, and now he's trying to juke catch the best of the league. 4 members collapsing, but they can't get there quick enough to make him pay for it.
Club again misses across the sky, and you can see even with that blue buff, a lot of his mana has been drained. He's going to need to be very careful in his mana usage, or he's going to fall out quickly. Right camp has been taken by the chunks. Left camp has been taken by the chunks. As they
Cataclysm left-hand side, hits on Cupid, gets knocked up in the midst of it as well, so he's not going to be able to dash away. But here comes Circuit to try and turn this one around. The ult from Kwang doesn't connect, the snipe doesn't either. It's a 1-for-0 right now, and that tornado is going to force them all back. Can Nemesis make more happen?
Oh, she gets the ultimate off. She has a chance here. Slice and dice in a few seconds. Hand of the gods to try to clear some of the potential of body blocking, but she is able to jump away again. Very slippery.
Oh my
vortex
gosh! Portal.
Step.
Nicely done from Cyclone Spin, picking that one up. Horrywin does find Me Club because of that one then. They're going to continue the aggression onto Geb. Can they find him too? If they get him, they could possibly look for a Gold Fury here. Vortex is going to be enough. Nemesis wants to try and make him pay, but Portal's through the ground. Ripping pepperonis for him. Cyclone Spin finds another kill. Surrender Vote has started already.
Are you serious? It's 2-8 right now. Granted, they're down by 3K. It might go closer to 4,500 here if they're not going for the Gold Fury. They're going for the red buff. We see a rotation coming in, but the Chalk has just not done much. He has actually gone into Warrior Tabby and is going to find himself in front of 4. Oh, can he teleport?
Jumps away,
Wow.
Just managed to teleport. I mean, they could go for the Gold Fury right now if they wish to. They've chosen not to right now, though. I mean, I guess they just want to bait another fight around that sooner. I think Aurora's lower mana going to go back to base, buy some wards more than likely. Maybe we'll see a contention for the Gold Fury very, very soon. But right now, Fat Chunks are looking really, really good.
So, like, I think people are still, 3 weeks later, underestimating this heavy hammer a little bit too much. There wasn't a lot of ward coverage, and if there was ward coverage, they should have noticed in the beginning that Aurora wasn't under those wards, that there was an invade coming somewhere. And once Aurora got in there, there was nothing they can do. And the heavy hammer has transitioned very well into the 8-minute mark. You saw him repeatedly slowing the Geb there. It has set up almost every single major kill for this team so far. He has 7 assists of his team's 8 kills.
Well, Rose back in lane now. Going to see Geb, who's going to go for some aggression one more time. He just applies the heavy hammer, and there's the Fields of Love coming out from Samshu. Going to land the stun. Cataclysm comes out as well, though, to deny that wall. The double tap doesn't connect, and jukes away nicely from the Nemesis and takes it to the sky. But now Samshu's in trouble.
I don't really like the way they're playing this one.
Aurora
finds a huge stun and still dodges the Spirit's Tempest. Tarnicus in the back doing damage. Pullium goes down. They're going to chase. Already got 2. Zombies low. Vulture's taking some true damage as he's trying to run away. Tarnicus not letting it go, and Heroin with the kill. Oh, DJ's still going.
He's still going to go. He's going to jump in, ambushes in. Not going to find it, though. Leaps away immediately to Zombie. Going to survive enough. That's going to be a Gold Fury, though. But what I want to see, Chuck needs to go and take that tier 1 tower on the right-hand side right now, DM, to try and equalize some of that gold that just got gained. He's gone back to farm his blue buff instead of taking down that tier 1 tower. He could have done it last time round, chosen not to then, and now he's just going to go back to base. He could have got that tier 1 tower for free there.
I mean, I'm so blown away by the Chunks right now. I mean, they have played this so perfectly so far. And
Apollo's up.
I'm still looking at Aurora. I mean, he's, again, 10 out of 11. Now, like you said, Apollo comes down here, loses about half his health. He's going to, rather, mana. He's going to lose even more. His only escape is gone. I'm actually pretty surprised they didn't dive that.
Well, tier 1 tower in middle's nearly dropped down now. Both mid camps did go in favor of Fat Chunks as well as the Gold Fury, so that's going to extend their gold lead to just over 5,000. 9,500 experience ahead right now at only 10 minutes in the game.
You know, we saw that early surrender vote come through, and oh god, Psycho's been portaling all the way out, wasting half-eaten zombies rotation. They have a chance to steal the blue buff, and Lord knows they gotta do something. Right now, they're 5,500 down, almost 10,000 experience, as Herwin's gonna run into 2. What he doesn't realize, though, is that he's level 13, and that Nemesis is level 9.
Yeah, well, look at the difference between the two mid lane. It's 13 to 9 right now. Cobra's Kiss doesn't connect from Pernicus in mid. Left-hand side, though. Another trade going on as Aurora finds a nice wall, and there's the Fields of Love, and Geb's in trouble again. Has to use the Cataclysm. On the backside, you can see the ultimate coming out. Aurora takes to the sky. Geb has to get out of trouble. Can he make it?
Me Club actually runs away as well. Oh, Aurora dives into the tier 2.
He's going in.
Trying to find something. He's too low. He's not in a great spot. He might have an opportunity to teleport, but I don't think he's outrunning that Nemesis.
I don't think he is. On the backside of that, you're going to see them coming around. Horrywin might be able to make an attempt back, though. All over from AO Kwang was nice, but he didn't pick up the kill for himself. Nemesis secures that one. Mid tower is going to drop, I believe, off this wave if they choose to. Nope, should be farmed out just in time.
You know you're in a bad spot when you're using Ao Kwang and Nemesis ults to just kill a support who is dead anyway.
That's true. I mean, you're in a bad spot right now.
A lot of resources wasted on a kill they didn't ultimately need. Half-eaten zombie getting very aggressive going towards enemy, or rather his enemy red. I don't know what he's really doing here. He's wasting what could be very valuable
I think
farm
he's
time.
dead.
He's
I actually think he might die here. I mean, with Cyclone Spin being here as well, Vortex connects. Luckily, the shield was up. So he ate some of that back onto Cyclone Spin. Not much of it, though, overall. And doesn't actually get anything from that invade.
And all the while, Samshrew continues to farm. Level 11, has his boots finished, and it's still in hand. He has 460 gold. Me Club actually still up almost 1,000 gold. He's actually 900 gold away from even getting the boots finished.
Samshrew.
Hugely far behind.
I'm just going to get out of trouble. I thought he was going to get hit by the rollout there. Just jukes it out nicely for the time being. So be able to just back away from... We're using that flutter to his ability. But red buff up again. Nemesis going for it, but Aurora's in the area. Going to be a little bit too late to the party, though.
Yeah, Bolter's going to back here. Aurora still kind of hanging out, looking at Zombie. I mean, Zombie has been pressured a lot in the last 3 minutes, and you can see that reflected in his level. Only level 10 right now, tied with enemy support. You can see Aurora level 10. Midas boots are ticking, and right now he's only about 700 gold away from finishing up that sovereignty. Once that Sov comes online, especially with the fact that Polium still doesn't even have the gold to buy level 1 Iron Mail.
Yeah,
I don't see what Geb's going to bring to the table here.
Support 4 right now has been involved in 10 of 11 of these kills. He's also ahead in gold of everybody, or ahead of everyone than Torch Gaming, other than the Chalk in the solo lane. He's really, really strong right now. Like that build at 12 minutes in is amazing for Smite. He's going up.
He's
down again.
Going to be used. Damage, unstable Vortex. Pulliam again. Finds himself at the target. He might be able to get up. No, Pernicus with the double.
Meanwhile, in mid lane, Horrywin going aggressive and picks up Ayo Kwang as well. And now Headshot's going to trade with DJ Pernicus in the jungle here, but Saket uses the ambush to leap away. Horrywin rotates in, slows him down and says, no, not today. Leave DJ alone. They might actually continue the aggression. For now, are they going to continue? It looks like it. Horrywin's still chasing.
Oh, Headshot actually tried to use the torrent to teleport just about a tenth of a second too late. But what they don't realize is so much time has been wasted as he's running that he's missing valuable farm. Will he miss the blue buff here? He needs to get the Thunder Strike just a little bit too late. Hurrywin does actually pick up the buff, but doesn't actually pick up the buff.
Yeah, he does. He was just waiting. He wanted to make sure he pushed in. He didn't want to waste it, you know? He was trying to make sure he got it when he was going to actually use the mana. So, goes back, picks it up. Horrywin now going to cover the solo lane. Middle lane tower does go down. Left-hand tower goes in favor of Samshrew as well. While all that happened, 14-4 right now. Fat Chunks, they were 3-0 coming into today, DM, and we said they were the favourites for it, and it looks like a good reason why right now.
Yeah, they're definitely showing their worth here. Hurrywin just running directly into melee range of Chalk. I mean, this is how little he respects the Chalk play right now. Now, you can see, I mean, Chalk, even with Overflow, has just done very little damage, used a lot of mana, isn't really in a great spot. You go down to Ra, who can still heal himself, more health, more mana, and the blue buff puts Chalk in a very precarious position. Now, Headshot also has opted into Enchanted Buckler, which is going to be the Anchile. But at this point, I mean, it's so late in the game, I still think this should have been first.
Yeah, if you're going to go for the Anchile, you have to get it online sooner rather than later, just so you can get those stacks farmed up, because it's not a cheap item overall. It's a great item. It's cost efficient. It just takes a while to get those stacks going, DM, for it to be effective.
Right.
And right now, it's not. Gold Fury's been started, though, and Fat Chunk's in a good position. Tornado going to come out from Ayo Kwang there. Apollo's in the sky. They're looking to trade, but a lot of damage coming out from Roy, spinning to winning through everybody. Gab's very low. Gets a 3-man Cataclysm. There's a big Spirit Tempest over the back, but nobody dies from it. Meanwhile, DJ Pernicus comes in, cleans up. Cyclone Spin, securing the kill.
Half-eaten Zombie goes down. Me Club in a bad spot as well. He's going to get pushed out. Ambush in. Anvil of Dawn in. Another shot's going to bring him down. And Pernicus turns his sight to a small camp where he's going to find himself a Chalk.
Well, 3 members going to do the Gold Fury, but those two continue fighting the Chuck, and Chuck's not been aware yet. The Ra's on the backside, and there's the heals coming out. Cobra's Kiss connects, going to slow him down. He uses the ultimate defensively, but how's he going to get out of this one? I don't think he will. That's a great bit of juke boots, but has he got the patience to get away? Ambush connects. Pernicus picks up the kill. Unstoppable, 7 kills in a row.
I mean, it's too much damage at this point. He's 707 talking about DJ Pernicus, 2,000 gold in hand, which means he is looking at a very, very finished rage at this point. You just can't mess with that kind of damage. He is just so soon going to finish up an item that's going to increase his crit chance massively to, I guess, augment an ability that crits so hard. I mean, if it crits all 3 hits on a target, I mean, base damage is over 750.
Well, Aurora getting caught out of position by Geb. Geb trying to chase down with the rollout. The longer he keeps going, though, the more chance he getting caught out of position will be. Aurora gets back to tower range. Going to survive for now. Mid comes a spot on the left, so a small victory for Torch Gaming there. Going to be able to pick those ones up, but is this too late for them to really get themselves back into this one, DM?
19-4, 10,000 goal behind it, 16 minutes with an 18,000 experience difference, which is raw. There is no level 20 right now anywhere on either team, which means every point of experience is just absolutely natural, which is a huge detriment right now for the guys on Torch. This is kind of their make or break game. If they lose this, there really isn't much of a way back into this.
No, I agree. I mean, they have to win this game to stay in contention in this tournament overall. If they do lose this game, it's almost impossible for them to still have a chance of getting into the Pro League this time round. And so Torch Gaming really have to find something out of nothing right now. Hold on and hope for a misplay. Maybe there'll be a throw giant.
Possible, maybe a little bit unlikely at this point. I mean, this would have to be more than a throw. I mean, this would have to be like a cataclysmic catastrophe for them to drop this game. I mean, they are so far ahead at this point. Look at the levels. We have 3 level 18s right now in the chunks, whereas there's 1 level 16, and then after that, the next highest is 13.
Yeah, the support of Aurora is equal with the mid laner of Ale Kwang right now in terms of levels. That just shows you the difference it's having in this game right now.
And even if they get into a team fight and they get a good position, that Thor has Sovereignty finished, and that Thor has full shell, which means he's adding an absolutely destructive 65 protections to everyone around him on top of a 15% damage reduction for 5 seconds. Like, how do you, when you're a level 13 Ao Kwang who doesn't have his boots finished, how do you deal with that kind of defense?
And talking about it as well, the shell that you mentioned there, Shell of Absorption being picked up to the full build as well. One of these items we haven't seen that much, but it's starting to come back into effect again. People are starting to realize how strong that item actually is. Samshu gets a solo kill in the solo lane right now, the duo lane right now, with the help of DJ Pernicus. Should be able to bring down this tower for the first tier 2 to have the game to drop.
It's another 1,500 gold added to the coffers as they're going to back off here and look for another opportunity to push. The blue buff had just spawned on the left side, but
Chuck.
I think they're just going to maybe push down the tier 1. We already have the Storm Call on cooldown. He doesn't really have a way to contend this. Really, they should just stop chasing him and kill the tower.
Well, Nemesis is going to get dropped through a portal to delay her from doing anything. She'll go for the tower, but they're tanking it up. Cyclone taking aggro for now with Thor going to the sky. He loses it. They're going to back away for now. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Samshu has found out Geb with the help of Pernicus, and that's a dead Geb.
You know, you pick Geb for one reason. He has just amazing amounts of team fight control, and that's what they're focusing on. They shut him down so early that he's unable to control anything. Now here comes Samshu. Fields of Love not going to be used too well there. Me Club not in a great spot. Still gets hit by the Unstable Vortex and will go down almost immediately. 5 members grouped up. There goes the Spirit's Tempest. Ao Kwang officially has no damage to contribute to this fight. I mean, the Tornadoes at this point are basically just space control.
Yep, 5 members to the life of Fat Chunks. They've got the sustain from Raw, allowing them to heal themselves up. Plus, those hearts coming out as well, sharing the love from Cupid, will allow him to keep keeping his mana pool up. They could go straight for Fire Giant here, and it looks exactly that's what they're going to do.
Pernicus has actually opted into the early Deathbringer. Now, this is going to give him some extra damage at a major cost. He's not going to have that same amount of push. It's going to wind up doing about an equal amount of damage as the Rage with his attacks.
Blinks in.
I don't
Looking
like
for the play. Is he going to find it? Fat Chunks get the Fire Giant, but there's a lot of trouble here for Torch Gaming, I think. Big snipe on the backside. Double kill for Ao Kwang. Can they find Pernicus? That portal usage was fantastic from him to escape, and it's forcing the team to try and chase after him. Cataclysm gonna land onto Cupid into the tornado, but he dashes out just in time. Pernicus trying to buy time and wait for his abilities to come back up. He's gonna be able to use the Deathbane to leap away with the help of the ambush as well, and everyone escapes. Fat Chunks get the Fire Giant but lose 2 lives.
I think it's still worth it. I mean, at this point, 20-minute Fire Giant, Gold Fury still not up for a few more seconds. They still have contention, and with this not blinking yet, they really don't have a lot of chance to make something worth here. And if you notice, Pernicus and Samshu and Herwind, they're the guys doing the most amount of damage right now. Those are the guys in the team fights that you're really worrying about, and all 3 of them still have that Fire Giant buff active.
Well, Pernicus did go straight up for a Deathbringer this time round as well with that first time purchase. He's also working towards the next one. I'm hearing a lot of people talking about Circuit saying get Malice in this position right now. No, I think Malice is actually really good, taking into account what it does for your damage, you know, when you crit. So
you gotta get the
insta-burst.
Mathematics shows that Rage is the strongest by a pretty significant margin because of the cost between Rage and Deathbringer. Once the Rage is online, Deathbringer becomes a lot more valuable. If you're gonna go for the 3 crit build, you can go for the Malice, but honestly, it's just better to get the Jotuns on.
Burst! Me Club just evaporated to the full damage combo coming out from DJ Pernicus. That was disgusting. He's erased off the map for the time being. Aurora's going to the sky. Oh, Kwang's out of position. Lower mana gets dunked down on, but it's not going to do anything and just evaporate overall. This tower's going to drop. The Fire Giant's still online for 3 of these members. They're going to get the Phoenix here or even the game.
Now, with Serket, you want to remember there's a flat percent for her passive. You're not looking for damage on her 2 or her 3, and her ultimate actually doesn't gain any damage from scaling. It's all true damage. So it's all about just trying to get those Deathbane crits off. DJ Pernicus, however, is getting very lucky in the 20% department. Oh, we didn't get the Fields of Love off. It goes off that time. Pulliam backpedaling, gets killed by the Fields of Love.
Aurora's in
that
trouble.
was just not a good play.
Aurora escapes with no health whatsoever as Apollo dunks down, looking to pick up kills. Headshot going to find, sorry, Samshu going to find a headshot, and he continues to take out the Phoenix. Second Phoenix falls, and now Apollo, without any escapes here, going to get slowed by Hurrywin. Have to back off to the spawn point for now. Only one Phoenix stands, one tower stands before Torch Gaming's hopes evaporate.
DJ Pernicus is hanging out in this heel right now, looking for the ambush opportunity. He's going to jump in. Cobra's Kiss is going to miss twice. He jumps in. Deathbane does not crit, and he will be forced out.
It would have been so good if he landed it, but now he's going to get slowed, and he's in trouble now with his cooldowns down. Have to use his ult defensively, but the beads come out. Jukes away with the Deathbane. There's the ambush away, and that's the mobility that Circuit has for escaping bad situations.
And he has the Jotuns online, which means he's going to get those cooldowns back extremely fast. In fact, he actually does Deathbane ambush away again. Nemesis nowhere in tow, meaning he's going to get out again. 28-6 as the level 20s start to peer out. 3 level 20s and a level 19 for the boys on Chunks at just 2250.
That time as well, like you said, they got Gold Fury, then that big engagement going on where you saw Circuit keeping them all busy overall, just kiting them away from the Gold Fury, keeping them all entertained, so to speak. So it just extends Fat Chunk's lead even further. Only one tower still remains on the map, one Phoenix in tow behind that, and then it looks like Fat Chunk's Assemble are going to be moving on to the Pro League here, DM.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they can lose this game. I mean,
No,
it would actually have to be the worst throw we have ever seen in Smite. I mean, they are up 17,000 gold and 26,000 experience at this point at 23 minutes. I mean, that's just too much for a team to handle. They should just be diving towers at this point. It looks like maybe they're even waiting on the Fire Giant buff to go off and then respawn so they can control, but I don't even know if it's necessary. Pernicus dives in, doesn't really find much, and will be forced back.
Yeah, just zoning them out while Samshu brings down this last tier 2 tower. Fire minions will start pouring in from the other lane soon. The minions are slowly getting pushed back towards the Titan. They're all just looking to group up here. Looks like Circuit's going to go back to base one more time. DJ Pernicus decided he wants one more item, I think, before they look to end this one out. They're playing this very clinically, though, overall. Like, they could end here realistically, this position, DM, but they're not going too aggressive at 24 minutes in. I guess they're just going to wait for the Fire Giant and then look to close out.
So now, random Spirit Gun going right down the middle here. Is he going to look to kill Half-Eaten Zombie? It's coming down the line. No, it's not in the right direction. I don't know if that would have killed him. I mean, Zombie still had about 850 health right there, and I just don't think at this point the Cyclone had the damage. He has some penetration on Obsidian Shard, but other than that, I mean, he's looking at Warlock Sash, Book of Thoth. There's no Rod of Tahuti online. I think that might have been a small waste.
Just calling you out now because the Malice was picked up by DJ Pernicus as his next item after getting the Deathbringer. As I stated earlier on.
40% chance to crit versus Rage's general 60%. Pulliam goes in way too soon. He is not going to have a chance at this one. He will just get blown up.
He's trying. He tried his hard, like he did a good Cataclysm, tried really hard as well. Didn't actually. That was really unfortunate. Like he still had a chance there. I just think he went a little bit too early. The rest of his team played so. The rest of his team just played so far back though. They're giving this one up. It feels like they're just trying to defend what they've got. It's going to be a 4v5 against 5 members with the Fire Giant, and as the army of Fat Chunks march onto this final Phoenix, Torch Gaming have to pull out something amazing now.
Generally speaking, when you're a Geb and you're going to blink in for the kill on the Fire Giant, you want it. The perfect point is 30%. That's where things become impossible.
Immediately. Look at the damage burn. The snipe on the backside coming out as well from Hurry when they're going to zone them all out from the Phoenix as it drops down. And DJ Pernicus dives all the way in, picks up a kill and escapes again. Or
it looks like all 3 Phoenixes are down. They have many escape points throughout the middle and the right and left side of the map. Pulliam not really having a lot of opportunity. Already respawned, trying to do some damage. Roar goes up into the air, finds the Ameladon onto 2, spinning all over the place, taking 2 more down. Only 2 people remain, and I think this is going to be it, Hindu.
It does look like he's going to be. Samshi's going to go down, but at what cost? The cost is going to be the Titan's going to fall for Torch Gaming here. It looks like they're trying to just get more kills at the end as DJ Pernicus goes immortal. As the deicide rings in, the Fire Minions bring down the Titan. Game 1 goes to Fat Chunks, making him 4-0 in the group.
Cyclone with the taunts actually puts himself into the fountain, activates his Aegis to stay alive, just to throw a little bit of insult to the injury. Chunks convincingly 34-7 take this. DJ Pernicus 11-0-16 with 15,200 gold in just 26 minutes.
Yeah, really nicely played from Fat Chunks this 22,000 damage coming out from DJ Pernicus, highest in the game as well, which is a lot to be said when he's against a Ra. He's against he's got on the team of a Ra, an Ale Kwang, and a Giannis. To come out with max damage as an assassin is no easy feat.
585 gold a minute on DJ Pernicus, as well as 22,000 player damage. I think this was the week to pull the Circuit finally, and I mean truly enters the meta.
Guys, that was Fat Chunks versus Torch Gaming. Up next for your delightful entertainment will be 5 Angry Men versus the Late Bloomers. 5 Angry Men coming to today 2-1 up. Late Bloomers 1-2. Late Bloomers need to win this game to stay in contention for a shot to go into the Pro Leagues. We'll be right back with that one as soon as the guys are ready to go.